I thought I'd take a minute here and throw out a little piece of advice to flat earthers. Hold on, let me finish getting set up here. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, and then that, and then drop that, and then move this over. Okay, this is my little bit of advice to flat earthers, and it's something that I also learned the very first time that I did a what's going on, Sean? The very first time that I did a got into discussions about flat Earth when I used to way back when I used to actually review people's videos, and that's how I got blocked on most of the channels. um, Flat Earthers, you are not doing yourselves any favors by only saying this is a lie and that's a lie. Okay? You're not doing yourself any favors on that. You're also not doing yourself any favors when you say prove this or prove that when it comes down to the globe. Because honestly, I don't think that there's any trained and practicing astrophysicists currently right now among the people debunking flat Earth. There's been a couple of mentions by prominent names in the field, but nevertheless, if you are going to bring an argument, okay, A, you need to know the argument, and B, you need proof of your argument. Okay? I mean, it's a very simple concept. Okay? For example, if I were to be in a room with two heart surgeons, okay, people who, they are skilled and educated and practiced in I can only call it an art of open heart surgery. Okay, and let's say they're both debating over what a procedure and how a procedure is taken place or something like that. Um, I can honestly say that I wouldn't have shit to contribute to that conversation. I really wouldn't. Um, so if at one point one of them looked at me and says, "Well, what do you think, Sly?" I I'd probably look at them like, yeah, I know where the heart is, I mean, that's that. The thing is, now, if I were to dive into that very same conversation with those two open heart surgeons, then I would definitely uh, have to have an opinion in that field. Because if I don't, I wouldn't get any respect from either one of the two because they wouldn't even listen to me. Like, dude, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. What's that? What's that? What's that? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when you come onto my channel and you write things like prove that the sun is 93 million miles away, well, you see, if you can't accept the evidence that already exists, if you can't take the calculations that already exist, if you can't take all the math that already exists, and no, it wasn't only put out once by, let's say, Newton, Copernicus, or Galileo, okay? There are people who work with this shit every single day, and most times they're not going to have anything to do with you, okay? Next point. If you come to me and say, oh, well, prove the curvature, if you can't actually provide any counter evidence, which is what your claim actually suggests, is that that it can't be proven. Okay, well then prove the opposite. Okay, prove what somebody else has said, or prove what somebody else has experimented on by doing the experiment yourself. Okay, don't come onto my page or my channel, excuse me, and say, oh, well, prove this and prove that, dude. And definitely don't come to me with the things like, oh, well, ether and this and that and stuff. Dude, you guys can't get past doing the sun, the moon, and the stars, and we all see them, weather permitting, every single day. And you can't get that right. Okay, don't come to me with electromagnetism, because if electromagnetism were the reason why we're on the ground, then water would go up, because water is repelled by magnetism. Okay, this is the this stuff has been covered over and over and over again. And just recently, I've been a couple of times now over commenting on the absolutely hilarious claims of Anthony Riley, of course, because he likes to egg me on. And I was even, well, I went into one of his hangouts, despite the putts in the background who said that because I don't use Skype, I'm a troll. Because I wanted to have a cigarette because I don't smoke in my apartment, I'm just like full of shit. And then at the end of which I'm a terrible, horrible human being, I think was the words. You know, dude, Anthony, I don't care how many times you write it in responses to your post. If you can't support your own argument, then you are not making an argument. The first rule that I learned in Flat Earth, in all of this shit, is, and I learned the rules really quickly. Okay, the rules are this: you cannot use, me being on the globe side, of course, I'm not allowed to use any information or data or blah 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 unless it's specifically the point being brought up. I can't use anything from NASA, okay, or I can't use anything from the ESA, or I can't use anything from whatever the Japanese and the Chinese and all those other groups, okay. And yet, flat earthers have the gall to bring up work from other people that they don't even understand themselves and seem to think that that gives them reason to argue about it. JAXA, thank you. And that's just not how this works, man. Okay, if you have an argument, okay, I am 100% cool, and I even said this in that hangout. Okay, I'm bringing up the hangout because that was just most recently something that happened. If you have an argument to bring, okay, then bring it. Okay, but if your argument is somebody else's material that you yourself cannot explain, which, sorry, Anthony, I have to also agree with your guest, the nicer one, not the putts in the background, but the one that sounds more like I don't know, a drunk version of John Savage. If you're if you can't present your argument, then what is the point of having the argument, and how would you know if any evidence against it was brought up correctly or not? You don't know is the answer to that question. Okay? You don't know. You have no clue. Okay? I will be the first one to tell you when I don't know something, but guess what? I'm usually not going to make a video about it, and I'm usually not going to use it in defense of anything that I do. Anything. I will not go into, I will not make a hangout and we'll start talking about open heart surgery because I don't know about it. Okay? I know that the words are pretty simple: open heart and surgery. That's about it. Okay? So making an argument surrounding somebody else's stuff, or making an argument when you don't have any counter proof, like I said, the whole 93 million miles thing, and the whole water doesn't go around a curve, but I don't know what makes things fall down. Okay? All that shit. It's just, you don't realize that, or maybe you don't care that you're actually not making an argument in your own favor. Okay? You are not making an argument in your own favor. Oh, geez, what's up, Red? I wanted to put these things in here. And so it's so silly to listen to people do this shit. Hey, Red and Sean, you guys want to come in, or are you guys busy? Now, before I invite anybody else in, if they have time, I don't even know if they have time, let me address something here. Okay. Now, I was trying to see. Okay, let me go get them. Hold on a second here. Shit. Hold on, let me get over there. Boom, 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 boom. Hangouts. Like that, and then let's see that. Here's the funny part. How the hell do I do that? I'm not used to having people in my hangouts. Let's see, links. No, that's the YouTube page. No, that's all right. Somebody tell me what I'm supposed to click here to invite people to the hangout. Empty hangout. Oh, okay. I think I see this. People in the conversation. Add people. There we go. There's Red, and there's Sean. Add people. Okay, you guys should have gotten something up on your links. I'm gonna put my headphones on because now I gotta listen to. Top of the hangout window. Yeah, I found it over here in the conversation side. I think that's what I was supposed to do.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there. Oh man. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun here real quick while we're waiting for Red to bring his nasty ass in here.
Oh, he'll be
now our buddy Runway Tony, he wanted to get into an argument with me about the planisphere and that it shows the sun.
Yeah, I watched that hangout. It was
Did
hilarious.
you watch that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that shit was funny. So I'm going to clear this up in one little shot here. Okay. Now I don't know what Kara did. I don't know about this other video and all this other shit. So I'm just going to clear this up real close here. Now this is not my image. This image, I got this off of Google. The plane of the ecliptic. Okay. Now this is a northern hemisphere planisphere. Okay. Here's Polaris. Here's Ursa Minor, otherwise known as Little Dipper. Blah blah blah. And here's Orion. Okay, Orion, the belt goes right across the equator. Hey, what's up, Red? You're muted, bud.
Yep, I am.
What's going on? But here's
not much.
Here's the equator, and the celestial equator actually. And here's the plane of the ecliptic. The plane of the ecliptic is simply a straight line drawn from the center of the Earth to the center of the Sun. Okay, and then as it goes around, it makes, you know, a nice big fat disc. What you see here now, unless you want to say that from Polaris here to here, okay, that's going to be from the equator to the North Star. If you want to say from here to here is all the stars that we have in the southern hemisphere, I think you can pretty much hang that shit up. Okay, that's all there really is to say about this. Now, the reason why the plane of the ecliptic is on here is not because you are going to see the sun on a planisphere. Where was this thing that I had here? Hold on. Okay, this is a southern hemisphere. This is the disk underneath the mask. Okay, this is a southern hemisphere one. Here's Orion. That means the equator is about here. Okay, now please note, Orion's head and his bow are towards the outside from his belt. Now, on a southern hemisphere, or a northern hemisphere, here's Ursa Minor, here's Polaris. Orion's belt, here's his head, here's his bow, are on the inside. Okay, which means that not all of the stars are being shown here because you're not going to see all of them from the northern hemisphere. Period.
Right.
Okay. And there's no other way to show you that but to show it like this. Now, if you look at it, these constellations on a planisphere, because of the fact that it's covering a 360-degree disk, basically a circle, they get stretched out as they move out towards the outside. Okay, here's Centaurus. Okay, what do you call it? And where's the other guy here? Here's the Phoenix. Okay, Centaurus and the Phoenix. Now, if you look on the southern hemisphere, Phoenix is here, little bitty fucker.
Yep.
And Centaurus is a little bit larger, and it's got a lot of bright stars in it. That's how I remember that one. And yeah, and the constellation size is actually small. Now, if we were to bring up a photo of either one of those two, hold on a second here. I'm gonna photo Centaurus.
Well, it's like I told you before, Sly, and I tried to tell Anthony that a planisphere is literally an AE projection of the stars based on your hemisphere.
Right, but it is not an AE map inverted.
Right. Well, the thing is every planisphere you get, there's going to be two models. There's going to be one that has the entire AE projection of the stars from the North Pole to the South, and then you flip it over, of course, to get to the South Pole to the North Pole.
Right.
But they're all double-sided. The main plate is.
Mm-hmm.
And you use whichever side of the plate on for whichever hemisphere you're on. And then you buy cover plates that have that circle cut into them based on your latitude.
Right. Now, the so here's, well, if I can get into Pinterest. Okay, well, here's Southern, well, yeah, I think, no, that's not the Southern Cross, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because the legs go over it. Oh, this is Centaurus. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is just a normal photograph. Okay, well, it's a photograph superimposed on a ground base here. Okay, here's a regular one of it. Okay, now Centaurus on here, or excuse me, on here, this is the southern hemisphere one. Okay, it's a nice little grouping of stars. That's the way it looked in that picture. Okay, but in the northern hemisphere one, because of the fact that it's down at the horizon, and they try and make it so it covers a certain portion of the window that's on here. Okay, Centaurus looks like this big, long, wide fucker.
Right.
Okay, that's all it is, dude.
Wait a minute. So is someone really so ignorant that they don't realize that AE projections are going to distort the stars as you get further to the edge?
We're talking about Anthony Liley here, so yes.
Oh, jeez, not this guy again. My God.
Yes.
Well, no. This is just a portion of the point that I was trying to make.
There's more. Oh dear.
No.
Okay, hold on, Red. Somebody else made the claim about the planisphere, and Anthony just ate it all up without doing any research at all.
Of course, Anthony
and apparently Kara destroyed it, and Anthony's mad because she destroyed it. But he says that she didn't destroy it, but he can't explain why.
Okay, let's put this into context for you too, Sly. Kara went in to talk with Anthony, and well, I don't actually think she talked to him. She just made things that she wants the flat earthers to do, and one of them is to prove that how the equinox, or how the sun and moon, or how the sun works on the equinox,
right,
on a flat Earth. So Anthony's answer was the planisphere, and that was the end of it.
Okay,
that is where this whole thing stems from. Is Anthony's proof that the sun rises east and west and sets west on an equinox is a planisphere.
Now,
that was his answer.
Now, if you recall in that hangout, the hour's worth of the hangout that I was in, he actually said that the sun is represented. The sun is as a star is actually on a planisphere.
Yeah, not so much. You can extrapolate where it is on a nightly basis, but not an hour to hour.
Well, even then, the sun itself is not on there. Okay?
Right.
Only the plane of the ecliptic, and you would have to.
Well, here's how you
extrapolate. Figure out where it is in the blue part, but that's about it.
Here's how you extrapolate where the sun is on a planisphere. Is that circle you're seeing is the night sky.
Yeah.
Directly opposite the midnight position is where the sun is going to be on the ecliptic.
Exactly.
But it's not going to be an hour-to-hour calculation.
No, it's not. But
It's going to be a day-to-day calculation, and that's it.
But you see, you're answering with the logic. His actual words were the sun is on a planisphere.
No, that is demonstrably false.
Right. And
well, don't tell him that. Everything demonstrable is apparently part of the conspiracy, right?
Yeah. You will never see a planisphere with the sun printed on it anywhere.
Well, dude, he couldn't even get the fact that I said the reason why it's in glow in the dark ink, which it says on there, is so you can look at it at night because the thing has no function during the day.
I'm going to guess that planisphere top window is from about.
This is a 51. I'll tell you straight up.
I was actually going to try to figure out just by looking at the opposite side past the North Pole. You can actually figure it out because you can see where the equator's at.
Right. But this is this one here is a 51. There seems to only be about 2 general ones in the market. And
well, that's because it's the most common because you can use it they're actually sort of accurate up to 5 degrees above or below what they're actually made for.
Well, yeah, of course. So.
But you can actually get them made for any latitude.
So, let me ask you two guys then. Let me turn this into a somewhat of shared experience here, because the whole purpose of me making this little hangout was I get so tired. Well, not tired, but it's I don't even see flat earthers trying.
Really? You
Yeah.
don't say.
Yeah.
You're just now figuring this out.
No. But I mean, think about this now. How many times have you seen on either one of your channels, the sun isn't 93 million miles away?
Everywhere.
Okay.
That's
Has
like
any one of those everywheres ever presented something with even a margin of logic as to where the sun, the distance actually is?
Okay, the closest thing you'll get to margin of logic is they'll refer to Rowbotham's 45 degree and 45 degree above and below the equator.
Which is good for 1 second out of that day out of the whole year.
Yeah. It wasn't only good for those specific latitudes.
Yeah.
The only thing I got was there was a video sent to me. I don't remember by who because this was like a year ago. But they sent it to me and said that, check it out, there's clouds going behind the sun.
Oh, Awake Souls, really?
Oh, that's who it was? Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. So I kind of like debunked that instantly by going to Geist Fuselage and pausing it for when the rocket goes in front of the power lines and it looks like the flames in front of the power lines because cameras aren't perfect. Wow.
Come on, man, that's all
Who would have
CGI, you know
thought?
that.
Okay,
That's
frame
all
of reference.
CGI, man.
Frame of reference for the audience. Awake Souls says that the sun is 13 birds wide.
13 birds.
Or was it 26? It might have been 26.
I have no idea.
But yeah, the sun is 26 birds wide.
Is birds a unit of measure?
Sort of the way he did it because he knew what kind of bird it was. It was it had like a 5-foot wingspan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me show you this. I'll screen share this for you people. So
Okay, hold on, let me get me out here. Hold on. Oh, damn! I wasn't even presenting to everyone. Interesting. Go ahead, Dunk, and how do I get you to present to everybody?
Little down arrow on the right top window.
yeah,
What?
over my
Mouse over
icon.
his icon. You'll see a little down arrow. It's in there.
Present to. Oh, okay, cool. Got it.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm not used to having guests.
So according to this douchebag's logic, these power lines are a lot closer to me than the rocket, obviously. But look at the flame and badassery coming out the ass end of the damn thing.
Dude, are you launching model rockets again?
It's all part of the conspiracy, man. You weren't supposed to tell anybody.
Oh,
Come on, man. That's one of them cool toothpicks on a lightsaber. Come on now.
Exactly. So, based on this guy's logic, apparently this rocket is going in front of the power lines that were a lot closer to me than the rocket itself, which was 6-7 miles away. And
you want to know something funny?
Mm-hmm.
What I see in that picture there. Have you ever dove into the NASA photos on the moon are all fake, blah 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 conspiracies?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I should be. I'm actually trying to set up a hangout with somebody behind the scenes about that.
Oh, okay, well, there's like 2 or 3 photos that they use. This just came to mind. 2 or 3 photos that they use in their conspiracy claims and stuff like that, saying that what are the little target marks that are all over the photos, you know, for
Yeah.
scale and blah blah blah. How they are oversaturated. But they say that no, that was a screw up. That's actually in front of the crosses on the photos.
Yeah.
That right there is a beautiful example of the oversaturation of light.
Mm-hmm. And so I sent this to people, and they I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember who it was, but when I responded to them, I was like, hey, go to this video, this time code, pause it right here, and you'll see it looks like the rocket is in front of the power lines, or at least the fire is, and we know that not to be the case. He responded by blocking me, so yeah, that happened.
Gee, that's not a shock.
Blocked.
Color me not surprised.
Well, I've been blocked on just about every channel now. What do you call it? But my whole thing is, and I really mean this sincerely, because it's not even a challenge anymore to debunk flat earthers, because at least, you know, a year ago they were all about bringing up experiments and bringing up proof and all this other shit, which all got systematically debunked. But
Yeah.
now it's now they've just completely reverted back to hanging on to the they lie shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it goes in phases.
the flat Earth conspiracy is a lot like talking to your ex-girlfriend and explaining why things didn't work out. And the more flawless your logic is, the more of a clusterfuck you're going to end up in.
Yeah, I can see that.
If I can put in another frame of reference here, the experiment stopped because of Jeranism and Thrive and Survive. Those two combined ended the experiment phase of flat Earth.
Right.
Because one, Jaren, of course, was doing the 3, 4, 8, and 13 mile test for lasers, but he couldn't get it to work past 4 miles. So he basically just dropped it entirely and let it slide under the bridge. And people keep asking about it every now and then in his discussion page, but he won't touch it with a 10-foot pole now.
Right.
Then Thrive and Survive and Jaren were supposed to do a tandem balloon launch. They both held fundraisers. Thrive and Survive actually got his funded. Jaren got it funded and had the materials given to him to do his balloon launch. Thrive and Survive launched his balloon. I'll get back to this in a second. Jaren didn't. He pocketed the money and then did nothing with the balloon.
And nobody ever asks any questions about this shit.
Oh, I ask questions about it all the time, and he hates me for it.
Yeah.
I can see why. You're kind of screwing up his plan there, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But then, like I said, Thrive and Survive launched his balloon, and he actually did a equipment preparation video before he launched it, showing what all his equipment does, what it's all capable of, being all proud. You know, he had a camera that was set to record for 6 hours. He had a battery that would last his cameras were set to record for 8 hours. The battery was going to last for 6. And he spelled it all out, what all his stuff was capable of. When it came to his launch, though, and the film from it, because he recovered it, he sped it up by 8 times. And the video lasted for 5 minutes and some change. It ended up being exactly 70 minutes of filming before his battery died, was his claim. After he bragged about having an 8-hour battery.
Huh.
The day he put his balloon launch video up, he deleted, not just made private or unlisted. He actually deleted the video for his equipment rundown because it stated that he had an 8-hour battery. I tried calling out on him. He didn't actually block me for calling him out on that. He actually blocked me for when he did a video saying that he was proposing a test, but he wasn't going to do it in that video. He's going to do it in his next one to prove that the Earth is flat using the equinox sun. So I asked him, is he going to have it tested for the east sunrise and the west sunset? He blocked me for that. He didn't block me for calling him out for his lie on his balloon shit. He called me out for giving him a test he can actually do.
So his battery died out because of the Van Allen belts.
No, his battery died out because it was starting to show curvature in his own footage.
Yeah, exactly. But don't worry. I got another thing planned. I am just doing some different shit right now. If you want a sneak peek, I'll show you.
Now, Bob and Jaren actually launched another balloon. They claimed. I have my own pretty strong hypothesis on how that played out because there's no footage of it.
Yeah.
But they supposedly lost that balloon. Of course, their claim is the CIA shot it down as soon as it got to 20 or 30,000 feet. I don't remember.
Well, since I'm still being presented to everybody, Sly, I'll give you a sneak peek on something I'm working on. Okay?
Are you?
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
I'm working
Yeah.
on something right
This
now.
will stay just between us, Red.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show an image and just let you connect the dots. Okay?
Yeah, just between us and the 50 people that are watching, and then how many
There we
people
go.
watch it when it
Okay,
goes on this channel.
I'm just going to leave that up there for just a second.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a curved line, man. But when you're there, make sure you photograph the right poles.
Yeah, me and both my P900s are thinking about taking a vacation. I talked to the P900s. They were a little timid, and so I gave them some fresh batteries, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll do this for you." So yeah,
so when is this trip planned for? Because I know where you're going, and I know what you're going to do.
Yeah, really? Well, I gave it away. I got family in this shithole of an area, and so I'm like, hey, I'm totally going over there just to hang out with you.
Awesome.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Hint, hint. Click, click.
Now when I was messing with that the other day, when I was checking out I had to brush up on the information because I knew I was going to catch a lot of flack for making that Dr. Zach video.
Yeah.
There are roads, albeit probably not suitable for Trans Am.
Shitty roads.
Yeah. But I would bet, just because of the strength of the damn thing, that camera, that out near this area called Milton's Island, which is on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain, I'm wondering if you could actually just get a side shot. You're only about 10 degrees off.
Mm-hmm.
A side shot from the north side to drop all the because we would be able to get measurements of the spacing, all that other stuff to show that obviously nothing is rotated there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it a few different ways, and actually, Sly, part of my plan was actually to have you involved in it in real time. So. Okay. It basically my T-Mobile has no T, so I decided to drop those fuckers and go with Verizon, even though they suck in other ways. Service is not one of those things they suck at. So I'll be
my cell phone service comes from Aldi, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I will be basically getting that plan that has unlimited data. So that means unlimited Google Hangouts, which means I could be on webcam going, yes, and then your phone will break because it'll show my face, and I'll apologize for that. Then you'll get another one with maybe Gorilla Glass 5 or 5 million, whatever, and it'll be like, okay, so here we are. This is Lake Pontchartrain. Let's go ahead and see if we can figure this shit out, and then have you help me, with framing shots, see if this works, whatnot, and then I would give you the raw data so you can make a video about it, since you're better at videos than I am at this point.
Okay, I'm all for it. I've already started making a model of the damn thing.
Yeah, of course you're all for it, and you're not the one that's going to be driving 9 hours.
Speaking of models of the Lake Pontchartrain stuff, as I had a hangout this morning with the Mike guy from the Metabunk site, he actually modeled the towers out on Google Earth and showed it live.
Okay.
And guess what happened?
You can just do 3D buildings on that.
Well, the towers aren't actually rendered in 3D on Google Earth. He actually made it do it.
Okay.
And guess what it showed?
Curvature.
Exactly what Soundly recorded on 5 separate occasions.
Yep.
Oh, Mick. I'm sorry. That's Mick. I don't remember his last name. Was it Mick Wade? I think.
I don't know.
So Soundly, I guess, is in the area.
Yeah, Soundly lives nearby. I mean, it's still a drive for him, and it's nowhere near being safe to film it.
Oh, yeah, because it's on I-10.
Mick West.
Yeah.
Is the guy from Metabunk. Thank you, Rocket Man.
So that's going to be dangerous. So I'll have to, I can still install like yellow flashy light thingies on the Spark. It's like, trust me, I'm an official.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. Number one, there was like one or two little off photos that he took, and he took them from not on I-10, but rather, I think he was on the return way on I-10. He shot it through the bridge.
I wonder if there's any way I can get under it.
Well, that's what
It's
I'm
water.
looking at right here. And now there's a train track that goes along there, but I don't think you're hobo in it.
Actually,
Well, I
directly under that causeway is water. But me and Dazza actually figured out how high off the water the causeways are.
Right.
Okay.
Because Google Street View did something really spectacular and it worked perfectly. When they were doing the Street View, they use the 360 cameras.
Yeah.
They actually caught a tractor trailer on the opposite lane, on the opposite road.
Right.
And the trailer is clearly marked as 53 feet, just like most standard trailers. So what I had Dazza do was flip it 90 degrees and line it up so the bottom of the trailer, well, it's actually the back of the trailer, was correctly positioned between the legs of the causeway to place it in the lane where it's actually at. And we actually figured out that it was like 26 feet off the water to get to the surface of the road. So we actually figured out his observer height because of Google Earth or because of Google Street View.
That works.
Let's see.
Now Red, here's what I would suggest to you. Okay, this is the if I were
rent
if
a
I were
boat
to be
from Metairie or Kenner.
No, what I would do is before you head out on that last stretch of I-10, go over to wherever it is, Kenner or something like that.
Give me just a second.
And set up your camera inside your car, strap it down, seat belt, blah, 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 looking out the passenger window. Set all that up so that it's basically ready to go. I mean, I'm sure you probably already thought of this, but I'm just voicing my mind here. Because on I-10, barring any construction, of course, or accidents, there is a emergency lane, which is where everybody seems to have gotten these pictures from. They didn't just like stop in the middle of the damn road. And so if you have your camera already set up, then you could just kind of creep along that, stop, take a shot, creep along it again, stop, take a shot. You could almost get a pan of the whole thing in single shots.
What I was thinking, now that I know that Soundly is there, is that I would go there with my car. And it would not be the TA or the Spark. It would be a different vehicle that I have acquired. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Fate. And so he would be in the back and then be able to help me out.
The one that doesn't say Clinton was right on the back of it? All right. Well, no, because that's what I would do is, I'd have it set up and then, basically just rolling like a patrol car. And then as soon as you get up near it, pull over the emergency lane, put your hazards on, an inch photo, all the way across.
Basically, have Soundly in the back seat, and then have him just snapping away, and then I would just be creeping along, so I could be the driver in that case, and he could be snapping pictures left, right, center. And then after we have all the pictures, we'll make a few passes in that, because why the fuck not?
Right.
So Soundly, if you're watching, contact me.
Give me a call.
You can get me on Google Plus and bring pizza. Damn it, I love pizza.
Yeah, I wish I was around all these cool areas. I mean, all I got in Germany is beautiful hills and countryside.
Yeah, we have. We don't have anything. We just have rockets that take shit to space.
Oh, I know. I lived in South Florida on the opposite coast, man. And I'm kind of missing that for this particular opportunity. And I was in Qatar for a while, and I missed that for this opportunity because there was, well, obviously a lot of flat areas. But oh well.
Sorry, food was ready.
That's okay. All right, so I'm a Rocket Man messaged me and said, when are you making your New Orleans trip? Honestly, when I get the funds, because unlike Jism, I'm not going to do this by donations. I'm going to pay for this shit myself because I am bored and have nothing better to do with my money.
Where your life?
As long as it don't cut into your Eclipse trip, I'm fine.
Oh no. The Eclipse trip, I have something special planned for that. So don't worry. That is very much set in stone.
You guys are fucking killing me with that. I so want to be there for that.
Hey,
Save money, get a flight.
I don't know if you realize this, but planes are a thing.
Yeah, and planes just all want money, dude. I'm coming from the other side of the pond.
It's okay. It's just money. You don't
And
you don't need to eat.
and August is also in high traffic season, so that like triples the cost.
It's okay. Look, we'll still welcome you with open arms, even if you're a broke motherfucker.
Yeah.
Even if you're broke, even if you don't have any money and you smell like a rat's ass, that's okay. That's okay. We'll welcome you with a gas mask on, but we will welcome.
Yeah. No, I wanted to be there and all this, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it just comes down to, in that very same sentence, a lack of funds, and just don't get that kind of opportunity in my current position at work. So chilling ain't easy, man.
Well, if you do head on over, just know hotel is free, transportation is free. You'll be riding with me, and food is free. I'll be taking care of you, and
Shit,
you'll
I'll be rolling in my mom's Cadillac, man. What are you talking about?
be rolling in your mom's Cadillac, dude. I got a freaking RV.
Well, I just have to say this one thing, Red. Where we're going to be observing at, the closest hotel is about 20 miles away.
Yeah, so RVs are nice.
Yeah.
Especially one with a big ass generator on it. Like,
I mean, come on, 20 miles, is that going to make a huge difference? The moon's pretty big.
All right, Neil just said Red knows what a rat's ass smells like. Neil, when I was younger, I did some films that I'm not exactly proud of.
I've only downloaded 3 of them and put them on my desktop.
You weren't supposed to do that. Mom, shield your eyes.
And I put them on my desktop.
What is our head count for that trip anyway? Now,
let's see. We got me and my girlfriend. We got Astronomy Live, who says that he's going to do everything in his power to actually meet up. So on my end, I'm thinking 3, 4 if I can get Vincent Jones to come with.
Yeah, I thought Vince was coming. On my end, it's going to be me, my mother, my daughter, as far as the trip goes. And that's if she can get off work since she got a new job. So it might not be my daughter.
Let's see.
Like I said, I want it to happen. I really do. But unfortunately, the United States Army is not necessarily good at being efficient with things. So,
Rocket Man, if you're going to be in the Tennessee area, somewhere near Cumberland County, you're more than welcome to join us. We'll be 3,300 feet in the air. She's on top of a mountain. What can I say?
I'm a rock man. I'm bringing burgers, hot dogs, everything. I mean, it's going to be a traditional American grill out, and the sun's going to go dark.
We're going to go up to the dome and get Jaronism's balloon.
Yeah, it's been the son of a bitch has been stuck there for weeks.
Awesome. I just got some really cool news, man. I'll share it with you later if we're off air.
I can't wait. I really cannot wait. Going to be there with all the equipment, and Astronomy Live said that if he is going to head on out, he is going to bring the telescope equipment because the RV is big enough to store that crap. And
you know who I would like to get there?
Huh.
Wolfie.
Oh, damn straight.
Well, he's got his own plane.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It'd be really awesome to get him there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no place close to land it.
Now, Red, you need to understand. We need to learn from the Flat Earthers outings. That make sure you bring sufficient batteries for your P900.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that they never seem to get right.
We totally proved it. We just didn't record it.
So you didn't prove it. Shut up, block.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna block you now.
All right. Well, like I said, the summary of this video, this hangout, was very simple, and that is, if you don't have something to bring to the discussion, then just shut the hell up. If you don't know the material that you're talking about, then don't use it in your defense. If you don't know or don't have at least sufficient evidence of your own claim that counters what is commonly known by just about everybody, then don't bring it up. Okay, don't contest things without an answer. That's my whole point of this hangout. And what do you call it? Now, Red, Sean, you guys have seen enough of that shit and all this, and they come back with the wackiest excuses.
Yep.
My favorite excuse, recently was we don't have any pictures of flat Earth because we can't get above low Earth orbit. I am
I
not
love it.
bullshit. I am not bullshitting you. I could even post that.
So you agree that we can get into low Earth orbit? There you go.
Right, exactly. I was sitting in my garden having a beer, and somebody posted that, and I about fell out my chair.
Welcome to Flat Earther Logic 101. I will be your guide.
Exactly. No, I'll be the guy pushing you out the fucking door. But
Yeah.
anyway, that was all I had. And that was the whole point of this hangout, was just to bring that up, and also to show a cute little thing about planispheres for the wayward-minded, those who
For
seem
the
to,
navigationally challenged.
yeah,
For the everything challenged.
the every fucking thing challenged, yeah. And I meant what I said also in the hangout. I don't need to defend Kara, because Kara could carry her own weight quite well. And so I'm going to say blindly that, without having looked at this stupid video that he kept on wanting me to watch, I'm going to say that I'm quite certain that the reason why you're pissed off about this, Anthony, is because of the fact that, well, you got beat, and you have even admitted you don't even know why. Okay? So, with that, I am going to end the live broadcast. So, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We'll catch y'all later.